On our second episode of our Europe series, we are touching down in France, the city of lights, love, and stories that never get old. From croissants to castles and laps under the Eiffel Tower. We are here and we're ready to explore it all. Good morning from France.
Good morning. We are just south of Paris staying in an Airbnb because we are going to Disneyland Paris.
Yes, we just got here this morning and we're really excited to explore Disney and Paris. We are going to Paris after Disneyland because if you don't know, Disneyland Paris is not in Paris, it's a little further away.
So as you can see, it's a little bit overcast here in Paris. We're in sweaters and the air quality is not that great. Nevertheless, we're still really excited to be going to Disneyland Paris today to explore.
On our way to Disneyland Paris, we got a little distracted by this nice mall we saw in Val d'Europe. We'd heard people say McDonald's in France just hits different, so obviously we had to test that theory. And right next to it, we found this massive store called Auchan. It's like a French version of Target, but way better. We went in for a quick look and ended up spending way too long inside.
So we came to McDonald's now. We decided to give a shot. It's actually pretty decent. We got nuggets, fries, sandwich. It's called Big Arch. Yeah, it's big. And curly fries that they have here. Well, don't make the mistake of ordering mayonnaise because it's not mayonnaise. This is sweet. It's not good. But they have some different sauces too. Like this is
Curry sauce? Cajun sauce.
This is Cajun sauce and some ranch.
Creamy sauce.
Yeah, they call it creamy sauce. I think it looks like ranch. It's just thicker. It tastes like ranch as well. We're inside of this mall. It's a business center kind of thing. There's a lot going on here. It's really busy. I don't know if it's tourists like us. Probably not. It's just more like kids getting out of school right now. But they have a nice and huge store. So we're gonna go there right after this meal.
French supermarkets have a unique charm. You walk into Auchan and everything feels fresh. Just look at these fish. Looks like they were just caught this morning. But really what made us fall in love with this place is the cheese section. So many cheeses and wines to choose from that you might as well just spend hours there getting lost in the variety. From the most affordable bites to the finest selections, Auchan was one of our favorite things about France.
If you are from France, or if you were visiting France, would you select this bottle of wine for only €3? Or would you select something a little pricier at €31? It's crazy because the difference here is €27, and I'm really curious about what the quality difference is, so let us know.
After that small detour, we finally made it to Disneyland Paris.
Okay, here we are. We just got to Disneyland Paris and we're at the front entrance of the Disneyland Park. And it's so beautiful here. The music is amazing. The fountain, the Mickey topiary, the front entrance, it's beautiful. So the Disneyland Park is one of two parks here located at Disneyland Paris. And the second one is Walt Disney Studios, which we're going to visit in a little bit here. But it's just so green, the flowers are beautiful, and we're so excited to be here. Okay, so we're here in kind of like a back alley of sorts. They have the main street out where you can view the castle, but they have this back area here, I guess where you can stay dry. It's raining right now, so we're taking full advantage of it, but it's beautiful. And we're dry. Merci, thank you. Okay, here we are at the beautiful castle. It's actually Belle's Castle, and a fun fact is there's actually a dragon living underneath it, and it is the only one of the theme parks that has that.
By the way, there's a lot of smoking areas around the parks here. We do see people smoking anywhere they want, actually. Where at Disney World, I think it's just designated areas.
Outside the park
Yeah.
even. So there's no smoking or vaping of any kind inside the parks in the US. But here, since we're in Europe, smoking is a lot more common. And so there's smoking areas all throughout the park. Oh, they're so good. Okay, so here's some of the new things coming to the Walt Disney Studios park here. It looks like there's going to be a new Rapunzel theme. And our Uber driver on the way here actually had told us there's going to be a new Frozen themed park, which is really interesting. And chatting with some of the other cast members, they mentioned Pandora's coming here. So that'll be really nice, I think, for Disneyland Paris to expand on those.
And as mentioned before, people smoke anywhere here, even in front of bus.
We're at a restaurant inside Paris, inside the Paris portion of Walt Disney Studios in Paris, France. Complete inception.
We left Walt Disney Studios to go back to do one of our favorite things inside Disneyland Paris. Wander past all the food carts and themed snacks kiosks that pop up around May. They're seasonal and honestly some of the best food we had in the parks. Everything was good, fresh, and very authentic. And shout out to the European Fanta. I don't know what they put in it, but it's for sure on another level. And all of these stands were right in front of It's a Small World, but I cut the music there so you don't have to keep repeating in your head for the whole day. You're welcome. Anyways, we had a raclette sandwich and wasted no time going for a recommendation from a cast member, the gyros. I mean, it was that good. Packed with chicken and an amazing tzatziki sauce. So good we had to go for seconds. And you're in France, so you gotta have a crepe. More specifically, a Nutella crepe. It's self-explanatory, right?
After all that food, we slowed things down a bit. We explored the shops, picked up a few souvenirs, and took our time soaking it all in. There's something about Disneyland at sunset. The lights start to glow, the music softens, and everything feels a little more magical. We found a spot, grabbed a drink, and waited for the fireworks. Because honestly, there's no better way to end the day than sitting under a sky full of explosions and pure happiness.
Back at our Airbnb, which looked suspiciously like an abandoned hospital, we knew we couldn't stay. Naturally, it was time to pack up and find somewhere else. And just like that, Paris became the next stop. Travel tip? Sometimes the journey isn't about sights, it's about escaping the creepy Airbnbs. We are now in Paris. We arrived with just enough time to sneak in a quick visit to the Eiffel Tower before calling it a night. The next day was going to be a full day of exploring what Paris had to offer us, so we wanted to wind down, rest, and watch the tower for the night. Alright, change of scenes now. In front of the Trocadero, I don't know how to pronounce it. I would say Trocadero, I don't know. But look into the Eiffel Tower. It's really, really beautiful at night. I've seen during the day and I was like, I didn't like it very much, especially because I went under it and it was very trashy. It was before the Olympics too, so I think they kind of fixed things. I don't know, but from afar, it's beautiful. It doesn't smell like anything right now because you're really far, but it's just beautiful at night. I love the lights there.
We got here before the lights started going off, so we got here at dusk and it was dark, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And the lights have slowly started turning on and we're waiting here until they start dazzling, I'm going to say. I don't know how to describe it, but you'll see it here soon, and so will we.
I think it's worth mentioning why we're doing all
all of this. I mean, we were going to do traveling regardless, but I think it's worth mentioning why we are recording, and we made so many connections throughout this entire trip, and it's coming to the end of it, unfortunately, but so many nice people we met at Disneyland in Florence. Like, it's incredible, and that never happened to us before, and I think it's just happening now because we're really getting out of our comfort zone for once. Before we came here, we were talking and we were like, we should get out of our comfort zone, see what can happen, and just amazing things happen throughout this whole entire trip, this whole 2 weeks, and it's amazing.
As the evening was setting, it's impossible not to be mesmerized. The lights, the crowds, the energy makes you feel alive. It's one of those nights that you cannot forget, and you learn that Paris isn't just a city to see, you can actually feel the energy.
We later found out that the sellers here don't really like to be recorded. Alright, that one is my fault.
As it was our last day in Paris, we decided to go all in on the classics. The kind of spots you just can't leave without seeing.
We visited the Louvre, and of all the art we saw in there, the Mona Lisa takes the cake. Not in the sense we thought it would, but how tiny it is compared to all the art inside that same room. Which really surprised us. I mean, look at that crowd trying to take a picture of it.
We spent the day wandering through museums, walking around monuments, and stopping every few minutes just to take in the view. From the art to the architecture, every corner feels like a postcard, and it makes you get it. Why people love Paris so much. It's timeless, it's a classic.
And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys in Italy, the third episode of our series.